Push to stop the medical marijuana initiatives from becoming law in Nebraska.
A lawsuit filed today argues the ballot initiative charged with creating a state regulatory system for medical marijuana violates federal law. Last month, voters overwhelmingly supported legalizing and regulating medical marijuana. Last Monday, state officials certified the results of the election. The lawsuit filed by John Keene, the head of Smart Approaches to Marijuana, argues this is in direct conflict with federal law that classifies it as a Schedule I controlled substance. According to the CDC, Nebraska is one of 3 states currently without medical marijuana.
And Nebraskans for medical marijuana responded to the lawsuit tonight. They say, quote, "The campaign remains committed to defending Nebraska's medical cannabis laws to ensure patients and families have access to the care they deserve," unquote. Also